There's a conversation happening right now in almost every relationship with a woman over 35. And the man involved has absolutely no idea it's taking place. She's not being manipulative. She's not playing games. She's doing something far more instinctive than that, something shaped by real experience, real disappointment, and real wisdom earned the hard way. And how you respond in those quiet, seemingly ordinary moments determines everything about where things go next. Most men fail these evaluations without saying a single wrong word. Number 4 on today's list ends more promising relationships than almost anything else. And before this video is over, I'm going to give you the one response that passes almost every single test. If you've ever had a relationship with a woman over 35 go cold without explanation, stay with me, because today you're going to finally understand why. Here's what most men don't realize. By the time a woman reaches her mid-30s, she has developed something that no dating coach ever talks about and no pickup artist ever accounts for. A finely tuned internal radar. Not a trap, not a game. A genuine, psychologically rooted system for detecting whether a man is actually who he appears to be. Research on adult attachment consistently shows that women in this age range have experienced enough relational disappointment to shift how they evaluate potential partners entirely. They've stopped listening primarily to words. They've started watching behavior. And the gap between those two things, between what a man says and what a man does, is exactly where most relationships quietly fall apart. Understanding this isn't about outsmarting anyone. It's about becoming the kind of man who doesn't need to. Now, before we go any further, I want to reframe something important. Because when most men hear the word test, they immediately think manipulation. They picture a woman deliberately creating situations to catch them out. That's not what we're talking about. Not even close. Think of it this way, imagine an iceberg. What you can see above the surface is the interaction itself. The question she asks, the situation that comes up, the small moment that seems like nothing, but underneath, invisible and vast, is the actual evaluation happening in real time. A silent test is not a trap. It's a question she doesn't know how to ask out loud. Women over 35 have almost universally experienced at least one relationship where a man said everything right and then gradually showed something completely different. So she learned. She adapted. She started watching. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 specific signals, 5 categories of silent evaluation that mature women run, often without conscious awareness. And once you can see them, you won't be able to unsee them. The first signal is what I call the disappointment test. She cancels plans. Something goes wrong. Life creates friction because life always does. And in that moment, she's not watching to see if you're perfect. She's watching to see if you're regulated. Does he get cold? Does he sulk? Does he make me feel responsible for managing his emotional reaction? Attachment science is clear on this. Secure bonds are not built during peak positive moments. They're built during moments of mild stress, where one partner remains emotionally available instead of withdrawing. The mistake most men make here isn't anger. It's the subtle guilt trip, the slightly shorter text, the tone that communicates disappointment in a way that puts the emotional weight squarely on her. Do this instead. No worries at all. Let's find another time. I hope you're okay. Simple, warm, regulated, rarer than you think. The second signal is the observation test. At some point, she mentions something small, preference, a worry, something she's quietly looking forward to. And then she waits. Not consciously, but she waits. Days later, does he remember? Does he follow up? Cortisol research gives us a striking insight here. Feeling chronically unseen by a partner activates the same neurological stress pathways as physical threat. The body doesn't distinguish. Feeling invisible to the person who's supposed to see you registers as danger. So when you say, 3 days after a casual conversation, "Hey, how did that thing go Thursday? By the way," that's not a small gesture. That's intimacy. That's proof of attentiveness. And for a woman who has spent years feeling like background noise in her own relationship, it's extraordinary. Now we move into territory where most men don't just stumble, they fall completely. Because the next 2 signals test something that cannot be faked, performed, or learned in an afternoon. The third signal is the consistency test. She's watching whether who you are on date 3 matches who you are on date 30. Mature women have almost all lived through the slow reveal, the man who was patient, attentive, and present in the beginning, and then gradually wasn't. So she extends her evaluation window deliberately. Therapists who work with women in this age range consistently observe the same pattern. Their clients aren't evaluating the man in front of them. They're evaluating the trend line. Early behavior is a data point, not a conclusion. The mistake here isn't dramatic. It's subtle. It's performing your best self in the early stages and then slowly relaxing into a lesser version as comfort sets in. She notices. She always notices, because she's been here before. The fourth signal, the one I promised you, is the boundary test. And this is the one that ends more promising relationships than almost anything else on this list. She says no to a plan, to a request, to something small and seemingly insignificant. And she watches your face, your tone, your next 3 sentences. Most men don't become aggressive here. That's not the failure. The failure is subtler and far more damaging. A slight withdrawal, a mood that wasn't there 60 seconds ago. Texts that become shorter and cooler. She feels every single one of those signals, and she files them. Here's what you need to understand, and please hear this clearly. How you receive her no tells her everything about whether she is genuinely safe with you. Not just physically, emotionally, psychologically. The response that passes this test every single time is simple and complete. Of course, no explanation needed. That's it. Full stop. No wounded silence. No subject change with an edge to it. Just genuine, uncomplicated acceptance. The fifth signal is the one most men never even register is happening. And it may be the most decisive of all. At some point, it might sound casual, it might be dropped into a completely normal conversation. She shares something real. A fear. An old wound. Something she doesn't tell everyone. She's extending a thread. And she's watching to see if you hold it carefully or let it fall. Holding it doesn't mean fixing it. It doesn't mean immediately offering solutions or pivoting to your own similar experience. It means staying with what she just shared long enough for her to feel that it landed. Emotional memory research suggests that moments of genuine vulnerability and how they're received are encoded far more durably than ordinary interactions. She will remember how you held that moment long after she's forgotten what you talked about at dinner. The response that works, "Thank you for telling me that. That makes complete sense given everything you've been through." And then you stay. You don't rush forward. You let her lead. So what's the single thread connecting all 5 of these signals? What's the one response I promised you? Is this presence, emotional regulation, and follow-through. Not a script, not a performance. Posture. 3 practical anchors you can build starting today. First, regulate before you respond. When something surprises you, disappoints you, or challenges you, pause. Choose your response instead of defaulting to your reaction. That 1 second of regulation is the difference between passing and failing more tests than you realize. Second, notice and name the small things. Say them out loud. I remembered you mentioned that. I noticed you seemed quieter today. For words or fewer, and the effect is profound. Third, receive without defending. When she shares something difficult, your role in that moment is not to fix, explain, or redirect. It's simply to receive. Try this. Tell me more about that. That's it. For words, an enormous signal. Here's what I want you to walk away remembering. Signal 1, she was asking, can I disappoint you without it becoming my problem to manage? Signal 2, she was asking, do I matter enough for you to remember the small things? Signal 3, she was asking, is this really who you are or just who you are right now? Signal 4, she was asking, is it genuinely safe for me to say no to you? Signal 5, she was asking, can I trust you with something real? She wasn't trying to catch you out. She was trying to find out if you were safe. She was trying to answer the question that experience taught her to ask before she let someone in. And now that you understand what she's actually looking for, you can stop accidentally proving that you're not it. You can become the man the tests were designed to find. I want to hear from you now. Have you ever had a relationship with a woman go cold or end without a clear explanation? And does watching this today change how you understand what happened? Drop it in the comments. No judgment here, only honest conversation, and your story might be exactly what someone else needed to read today. If this video gave you something valuable, please share it with someone who needs it. And if you want to go deeper, the next video I'd point you toward is about what mature women are truly looking for when they decide whether a man is worth investing in long-term. Not attraction, not chemistry, something quieter than both and far more powerful. It's right here whenever you're ready.